Okay, so let's start off with the cover or the case for the iPad. I have this nice cute pink color, and then in the back is this floral print, and then as you can see it has some nice designs on there in the middle, and it's from Kate Spade, and it was like about $50 at Best Buy. Okay, so my lock screen is actually just a picture of my vision board for next year, 2022. And then when you open it, this is the first page, and I have all the apps that I actually don't use that often. I have files, reminders, maps, home, podcasts, Apple TV, news, settings, camera, books, and then all these widgets. So I have a picture of my face, clock, and then notes. The next page, this is all the apps that I love to use. I'll show you guys what app I use for the widgets. So it just has a clock, and then it has a calendar. And then I have clock, translate, App Store, and then Zillow. On Zillow, I just look at different like houses that are like mad expensive and I can never afford. This one is like, how much is this one? This one is, oh my God, 36 million, child. Oh my God. But yeah, I just look at all the different ones because it's just so much fun to look and waste time looking at things that I can't afford because they're so pretty. But anyways, so then I have contacts, find my app, iPad, FaceTime, calendar, YouTube, Netflix. And then in this folder, I have shopping, Amazon, and Shein. If you don't know about Shein, I just put you on. Shein is really cheap and it's like bomb. And then I have school. I am in nursing school, so this is like all the apps that I use for school. This is Lectorio, Student Canvas, Quizlet. If you haven't heard of Quizlet before, I'm sure you have actually, because who hasn't? But Quizlet is just basically for flashcards. So you have learn, flashcards, write, match, and test. And then I have to do, to write down all the things that I need to do. PowerPoint, Focus Keeper. I haven't used this app yet, but I saw it on TikTok, and basically it's like a timer for your iPad. A voice memo so that I could record my notes and then listen to it when I'm driving. Good Notes. So Good Notes is where I keep like my budget book and YouTube planning. As you probably know, students use it to write notes. I haven't used it to write notes yet because the semester starts on the 3rd of January. But so far I have budget book. Okay, so this is the budget book. This is the front page, and I actually made this. You can purchase these on Amazon. I'm sorry, not Amazon, on Etsy. And I haven't used it yet. I just used this as an example. So you would just put in the date, description, amount, and balance that you'll be using, or that you'll be like saving. And then I have paycheck budget, and then a whole bunch of other pages to budget my money. And then YouTube planning. This is the front page, and then it has a calendar. Again, I haven't started using these because I just got the app and I just finished making this book, or these books. So yeah. So next I have Zoom for class, and then in the photo video editing folder, I have photo booth, photos, Canva, Pinterest. Pinterest is amazing. I use Pinterest for everything. Like, you get so many different wallpapers and stuff like that on Pinterest, and that's how I use, this is the app that I use to do like my collages and stuff like that. So yeah, Pinterest is bomb. I love Pinterest. And then I have Premiere Rush. I use that sometimes to edit my videos. And then this is the Widgetsmith app that I was talking about. You can have a small widget, a medium widget, or a large widget. And you could even do like aesthetic pictures like this one, or you could add your photo like I did here, or you could just have like a regular clock or calendar like I did there. So it's really cool. It's really simple to use as well, so you can look into that too if you want some widgets on your iPad. And then LumaFusion. LumaFusion is really, really good to edit your videos. If you're a YouTuber or you just like to edit videos for, maybe you're a filmer or something, I don't know, you can definitely use this. This is $29.99 in the App Store, but it's worth it. It's really, really good. And then I have YouTube Studio, image to wallpaper, so that I can fit the background to my devices or device. And then I have PhotoGrid. And then I have DoorDash because your girl is a foodie and I love to eat. And then down here I have messages, the Safari app, and then notes, and then all the previous apps that I opened. And then when you slide over, these are all the apps that you have on your iPad. So this is the portion for students. If you would like to know how I use my iPad to study, go ahead and continue watching. So first, let me just go over the apps that I use again. So like I said before, I use Quizlet, GoodNotes, Focus Keeper, and PowerPoint. I've written down everything in my notes and how I'm going to study in the next year, 2022. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you guys. So the day before class, I'm going to go ahead and print out my PowerPoint. If I don't print out my PowerPoint, I'm just going to go ahead and use the PowerPoint app. And I just download the PowerPoint from my student Canvas onto my device, and then I'm going to use the PowerPoint to open that PowerPoint up. So next, I write down the learning outcomes for each unit, and then I'm going to read the PowerPoint, and then I'm going to review flashcards for each unit. Let's go back to number 2, and I'm going to show you guys what the learning outcomes are. Okay, so in this book, they're called objectives, but in my syllabus, they're called learning outcomes, and it's in the beginning of each chapter. So you can either look on your syllabus or you can look in the book in the first page of the chapter. So this is chapter 5, and this is evidence-based practice. And then these are all the objectives. So I would just write them down on a paper before class so that I can be able to answer them while my teacher is speaking, or maybe even after class. So once I've done everything before class, in class I'm going to highlight and make notes on each concept using the PowerPoint. On the PowerPoint, you can actually scribble on the side of each page. Let me go ahead and show you guys how I do that. Okay, so once you've opened up the PowerPoint app, this is the page that you are going to see. And then you're just going to click on the PowerPoint which you would like to open up. Once you have reached to the page, maybe your teacher is on and she's speaking about, you can either draw and write down with your pen, your Apple pen. I don't have it with me right now, but you would either draw and write down what your teacher is talking, or you can go to the notes, which is down here. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. Right here, and just tap on notes, and then you can go ahead and add notes, and then it'll just stay there. And then, you can save it and it'll be there when you're ready to study. Or, like I said, you can draw. So let me show you, and I'm going to try to draw using my hand. So you could go ahead and you can draw over here. I'm just making Scrabble, pretend this is my notes. And you could just place a arrow where the teacher was speaking about and things like that. And yeah, that's how I would edit my PowerPoint if I don't want to print out my PowerPoint. So the next one is review flashcards for each unit. And the app that I use for flashcards is Quizlet. And Quizlet, you can either learn, you can either do flashcards, you could write, match, or test yourself. You could tap it so that it goes to the front of the flashcard, and then tap it again so it goes to the back of the flashcard. If you don't know it, you'll go to the left, and if you do know it, you'll go to the right. Okay, so the next thing is in class. Like I said, you will just highlight and make notes on each concept on the PowerPoint like I just showed you. So after class, I'm going to go ahead and answer the learning outcomes that I showed you in this book. And then I'm going to, let's skip down to write what I remember on the whiteboard or paper. This is an example of how I would just write down everything that I know about each topic. So for instance, if I'm in pharmacology, I would write down each drug or each drug class. So right now I am showing you antihistamines. So I'll write down general use, the actions, contraindications, precautions, nursing implications, and management. And I would do that for each group of drug or each class of drug. The next thing is that I will do the practice questions at the end of each chapter. So let's go to chapter 5 again. So this is the back of chapter 5. I'm going to start and answer all these questions. So there's 10, so I'll answer all 10 questions. So after I've answered and reviewed all the practice questions at the end of each chapter, then I'm going to go ahead and review again, and then I'm going to record myself using the voice memo app, and I would just read my notes so that I can have something when I'm on the go. But I do that as my last step after I understand every concept. So you've reached the end of the video. This is all that I do to study before class, in class, and after class. Go ahead and turn on your post notifications so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.